Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, July 6, 2022 meeting of the Lake Havasu City Planning and Zoning Commission. If you'd please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Jim Harris.
Here.
Chad Nelson.
Here.
Matthew Mitchell. Gabrielle Medley.
Here.
David Diaz.
Here.
Susanna Ballard.
Here.
Joan DeZuro.
There it is. Here.
Dane Hatch. Paul Ayer.
Here.
Tiffany Wilson.
Okay, seeing that we have a full complement. Sorry, no need for alternates today at this time. But Mr. Morris, would you please correspondence and announcements?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You may have noticed some new names during roll call. Recently, the City Council appointed and reappointed some members. I'd like to announce the recent changes to the commission. Chad Nelson has been reappointed as a regular member. Paul Ayer has been moved from an alternate member to a regular member now. Joan DeZuro is a new regular member. Matthew Mitchell's remained appointed as an alternate member, and Dane Hatch and Tiffany Wilson have been appointed new members. So congratulations to those newly appointed, reappointed members. And of course, the current staff, the current Planning Commission members, and the new members, thank you so much for your service, what you do. This is an important role within the city, and your giving back to the community is appreciated. So thank you all very much.
Yes, welcome and thank you for your service.
And that concludes staff's announcements.
Okay,
Thank you.
next
Mr.
item
Chairman,
on-
may I add to that?
Mr. Nelson, go ahead.
So this year they formed a committee, and which is different than I've ever seen before. And that committee, I think, did a great job interviewing, and all the alternates here are awesome. I think they add a lot of value to the commission. So I'm really thankful for the job that they did. And I also think that City Council did a great job asking questions and interviewing the alternates. I couldn't be here that night, but I think both the committee and City Council did a great job.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, Mr. Morris, next couple of items on the agenda.
Yes, the next item is the election of a chair. So at the beginning of the first meeting in June, the Planning Commission, on July, the Planning Commission elects a chair and a vice chair. So at this point, we ask for nominations for election of a chair.
I make a motion that we continue to have Jim Harris be our chairman.
I second that.
Do I have to go through the formal Robert's rules for this? Okay. We have a motion and we have a second for the chairperson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I guess we'll just go to the vote.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, everybody, for your confidence.
Now, Mr. Chairman, if you'd lead in the election of the vice chair. Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Chad Nelson as vice chair of the committee.
I'd like to make a motion to second that.
Okay. We have a motion and we have a second for making Mr. Nelson the vice chair. Any further discussion? Let's go call for the vote.
Motion passes 7-0.
And congratulations, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you.
All right, the minutes of the last meeting. Are there any additions, deletions, corrections for those minutes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Ballard?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the regular meeting from June 15th as presented.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Ms. Ballard, a second by Ms. Medley to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's go ahead and call for the question.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay, let me just start by saying that this is a public hearing and there's a structured order to this proceeding. City staff will present each item. There will be time for the commission to ask questions of the staff, and then the applicant will have the opportunity to present their case to the commission. That being done, we will then open the proceeding to the public for their questions and input. I would ask that anyone of the public that wishes to speak limit their trips to the podium and microphone to one only, keep all comments to less than 3 minutes, and to stay on point and not discuss subject matter that is not pertinent to the decision being considered here today. After public testimony is taken, I will then close the public hearing and bring the motion back to the table for city staff's recommendation, discussion amongst the commission, and eventually a motion to approve or disapprove. The first item on today's agenda is ID 22-3378. It is a request for a preliminary subdivision plat for ASCO Storage condominiums at 1075 Aviation Drive. It's tract 2290, block 3, lots 6 and 7, creating a 31-unit storage condominium subdivision in the light industrial district. Mr. Kearns, your presentation, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The subject property is located on Aviation Drive, just north of Kiowa Avenue between Aviation Court and Empire Court. The properties to the north, south, and east are all zoned light industrial and developed as industrial uses. The properties to the west are zoned general commercial and developed with storage units. The site is currently being developed into a 31-unit storage complex that is nearing completion. The proposed condominium plat will convert the units into condominiums and allow them to be individually owned and included as part of an association along with the common portions of the development. The project includes 31 storage units and a common shared area and public utility easement. The project will have a property owners association to manage and maintain the association improvements. The common area will be privately owned, and the water and wastewater within the subdivision is installed and maintained by the association. The applicant is also present today, and this concludes staff's presentation. Available for any questions.
Are there any questions of staff by commissioners? Any at all? Is the applicant present? Would you like to make a presentation? It's not. You don't have to if you don't want to. Please come to the microphone and state your name for the record.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jeff Tyson. I'm one of the newly voted members of the association. I'm one of the partners in it. Those are also two of my other partners in the project. Thank you for approving this. It is our goal to make it a very nice, high-end, highly maintained, owner-operated, with five of us on the ownership. We will be there on site and make sure that it's not an eyesore for anybody. If you drive by now, it's a beautiful facility. It's got nice landscaping, nice upkeep, and it blends in probably above the rest of the, as a step up. So if you have any questions for us, we're available.
Are there any questions of the applicant? Okay, thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it. All right, this is a public hearing, and this is the time for the public, if they have any input, to come forward and state your case, either pro or con. Seeing none, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing portion and bring it back to the table for staff's recommendations. Mr. Kearns.
Based on the findings, the Development Review Committee recommends approval of Land Use Action 223378, a preliminary subdivision plat for ASCO Storage condominiums at 1075 Aviation Drive, tract 2290, block 3, lots 6 and 7, creating a 31-unit storage condominium subdivision in the light industrial district.
Okay, are there any questions of staff? We are at the table for discussion and/or a motion, Commissioners. Anybody? Ms.
Mr.
Ballard.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve ID 22-3378, a request for a preliminary subdivision plat for AZCO storage condominiums at 1075 Aviation Drive, Track 2290, Block 3, Lots 6 and 7, creating a 31-unit storage condominium subdivision in the light industrial district.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Ballard, a second by Mr. Nelson, to approve Land Use Action 22-3378 with staff's recommendations. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, let's call for the question.
Motion passes 7-0.
Congratulations and good luck. That is all we have on the agenda today. It's time for the call to the public. This is the time when anybody in the audience can speak to the commission on any item. Is there anybody in the audience that wishes to address the commission? Hearing none, I'll close the call to the public. And Ms. Secretary, future meetings, or Mr. Morse.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, July 20th, we do have at least one item scheduled for July 20th. So we will meet in 2 weeks at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
I will go on the record right now as saying that I will not be here for that meeting. So Mr. Nelson can take over. All right, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.